Hello. Actually, I gotta get my stream manager up on here. I knew there was a reason I had this up. Boop, boop, boop. But yes, how are y'all doing? There we go. And my little backup stream. Right now I'm gonna do some Lego building. We're gonna build this little arcade machine. Little Space Invader vibe going on. Let's see how many bags we got. It's like 6 or 7. 6, 7. I'm a teacher, so I'm stuck hearing that shit all the time. And what I like to do is 6. Oh, just 6. Cool. Just 6. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. Keep the box down. That 1. But you know, we always gotta start with some Hitty McSkitties. Yeah, we got a Sharks game we're hitting today. That should be fun. Get the new garlic fries. Garlic fries is a must at any sporting event I go to. Garlic fries, or even like any kind of like fairs, like a county fair, amusement park. Funnel cakes and garlic fries are usually a must in those situations. Cheers. And yes, I know my bong water is dirty. It's just a day old.
Yeah, I got 11. My card. Yeah, well, I'll tell you because we're my sister anyway, but we haven't checked yet because she's been on her period. Mm-hmm. So today is the.
Just so you know, I am on stream in case you are saying things you don't want to say.
Oh, well, thank you for letting me know now. No, but yeah, we have. Well, then her name. So that's,
yeah, exactly.
So we waited until that was all cleared up. Today is the day. So
Today's the day.
We're gonna do all that today. That's why I got wine and like ice cream, little snacks.
But you took her on a date already.
Yeah, we were on a date already. We went on 2 dates technically. So.
With the at-home date.
The at-home date, which she just basically took care of me, and then.
Yeah, I was like, damn, you just. I was like, you're gonna get her sick.
That's what I thought too, but she did it.
Yeah, she probably took. She's like, as soon as she left, she's up here like snorting like emergency.
Oh, bro, right? I'll be back.
I'm kidding. No, she probably got the hookups for all the medicine. All right, see you in a bit. Be good, Chapooty. Where are the pants? Oh, they're there. There you go. You got your little gamer dude. That was hilarious. You know, my roommates blossoming a new love. So that was what that little tea was. You gonna support and protect, because that's what I do. People love me, people hate me for it, but what can I say? This is not the right one. There we go. Y'all want to see my kitty cats? Let's do a quick kitty reveal. So the first boy is Mochi. Oh yeah, this is my handsome boy. He's gonna be 4 actually next month, huh? Because we're in March already. Anyway, he's like, you disrupted my sitting. Mango, come here. Usually this one listens, so we'll see if he comes, but he's laying down. Come here. Yeah, there you go. And whoops. There you go. He went, hey, Rocky, that was the dog being a butthole. And then this one, Mango was here. I decided to go play with, hold on, let me just show you off first. Hey, I know you want to go play. Yeah, look how cute you are. Look how cute you are. And he's not even one yet. Are you a handsome boy? Alright, go play with your brother. Alright. What's up, Moach? Mr. Handsome stuff. Okay, where are we? Wait, something's not right. I'm fucking up here. What am I doing wrong? Okay. I did that part. This part is wrong. This is supposed to be up more. That's why. I have it hanging. It's not supposed to be hanging. There we go. It didn't even... How is it not in the first fucking box? I think I got a teeny tiny bit of nail. Okay. Don't do that at home, kids. Just enough. Okay, now we are back on the right track. Okay, then we're going to do a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. Right. Oh, I have it on. What in the fucking fuck skis? Wait, did it? We originally had it. Okay, I'll just move this over. Probably doesn't really matter, but. Oh, you know what does matter is that this piece right here. I'm so irritated right now. I'm just like really high because like why can I just, there's gotta be an easier way to fix that. I'm just gonna bring this over here. Oop. Well, third time's a charm, right? That's what I get for taking a fat rip before doing this. And yeah, the device to pop them off was not in the first bag, which it should be. Like, come on now. Common sense, right? One would think. Can use other bricks though. There you go, just enough space. Boop, 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 boop. Cool beans. Alright. I'm gonna just keep it as is. Boom ba boom ba da. Boom ba 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 boom ba da. Boom ba boom ba da. Sorry. I was trying to outsmart it and flip it around and do it, but then I forgot about that extra piece, so that did not work. This probably will start to matter coming up into these parts right here. I'm so confused right now. Because, like, what? These aren't long enough for that to be... Like, hold on, I gotta show y'all. Because, see, this is showing it's covered. Like, it covers 2 lines. There's not enough space. There's not 2 lines of space. So I'm like, and it says to put these 4 squares down right next to the tan. Like, oh, you know what? That's why. That's why. It's up on top of this. See, I like kind of doing it on the phone because you can turn it. It's supposed to be on top, not on the bottom. So, like that. There we go. That was wackadoodle. Getting these off is about to be wackadoo. Okay, I gotta have a spare one. Hold on again. Yes. So, the side of building a bunch of Legos is you got spare ones. I forgot it was conveniently right here. Of course, these are like terribly small little. Take that off. Stupid. Literally like breaking everything apart. Making pieces of me off. Stupid brick. No more mistakes allowed. Okay. We are back on track. Boots. Gentle gray flats. So 1 in, and 1 in. Is it hanging over front or is it back? Okay, so I need one at the bottom, one at the top. Missing a piece. Oh, stand bad. L's. Oh boy. Okay, let's make these. Make 4 of those. Fudged it up. I'll fix you all in a sec. Oopsie doodle. Alright, now I made 4 of these, so it goes like these. Time for bag and deuce. What's up, mango? Boop. Come here. Mango. All right, Rocky, you wanna go outside? All right, gotta let the doggy out. What's up, fluffy butts? Mochi mango. Okay. No longer. No, this one is longer. Yeah. There we go. And then thank you, Lego, for not making me stack a bunch of 2s and 1s to make those. Three. Two. Would you like to come join?
Hey,
Scared the shit out of Mango.
come on. You okay?
The boot skin.
He's eating grass.
The square goes.
Yeah.
Goes.
No.
Here. And here.
I ain't gonna have to play with you, bud.
Oh, sticker time. Yay.
Come on.
3 and 4. And these are the
fast food, dude.
There we go. Got the little posters up. Now to his get busy with it wine for tonight. Did you hear the conversation we were having or no? Is I guess she had asked him, "Oh, have you what was it? Hooked up was the specifics." She said with anyone from the hospital, and he said no, because he hadn't. And then how it came up, and he was like, maybe she like re-asked the question in a different way, or he brought it up, and he's like, I talked to someone, but nothing came of it. And then she was like, I guess weird about it, but then they had like they worked it out or whatever. But I told him, I was like, you were being honest. Like, hooked up is hooked up. Talking is a whole nother, thing. And he's like, yeah, well, we talked it out and hashed it out. And I was like, okay. I was like, but yeah. I'm gonna be going over tonight. Tonight's the night.
What?
I said tonight's the night.
Probably buy a hat when I'm there.
I'll buy you a hat.
Thank you.
And even Schmiegel putting a documentary on, because I don't think I can get copyright for a documentary, right? Pull him down.
Hey, yo, what's up? I'm Ice-T. By now, almost everyone knows someone who has fallen victim to fentanyl. Maybe not a family member or a friend, but you've heard of Prince.
Sad day, it really is.
And legendary rock and roller Tom Petty. Hip-hop artist Mac Miller.
Fans leaving flowers on rapper Mac Miller's doorstep.
And my good friend Coolio.
He died from a fentanyl overdose.
The death toll is terrifying.
Oh, Coolio. I know Coolio.
Fentanyl has basically
Gangster's
doubled in the
Paradise.
last 5 years. And fentanyl is now the leading cause of death for American adults. ages 18 to
I don't even think I knew that he passed away from that, though.
I served him once at Rock Bottom.
From The Wire.
Words cannot
It was
express the pain, the devastation.
And Angus
The bill was
Cloud.
$120 to do left me
I
$5.
told him I loved him, we hugged, now he's gone.
These celebrity deaths highlight a crisis that claims
Was.
hundreds of thousands of unknown victims.
Fentanyl does not discriminate. I have 4 wonderful children, one in heaven.
I could see Katie call me and say, Mom, this is serious. You've got to do something.
It's time to uncover the dark truth behind the lies lost to fentanyl.
Investigators found Vicodin laced
Fit
with
check.
fentanyl. So the question is, where did he get this stuff?
I was like, just some plain old leggies.
University tour, and a week after the tour ended, he died. Didn't make sense.
Michael didn't want to die or ingest that poison. He darn sure didn't do it right.
I don't have.
Thank you.
any sense
Got
at
a
all.
Sharks game to go to tonight.
I went
Not
to find
tonight.
out who
This afternoon.
told my daughter's death.
These are the stories that everyone needs to hear to keep yourself and your family safe and alive.
Oh, wait. Oh, I fucked up. Don't do that.
These drug dealers
Yeah,
make
too short
every
one.
drug on the market with fentanyl. They're killing the people we love.
2 milligrams of fentanyl can kill you. That's what a device says.
So if
This
this was
goes.
fentanyl, this would be a fentanyl.
Wait, did I not put a red somewhere? I was supposed to.
7,000 Americans. It's killing more Americans than car accidents, than gunshots. It's the deadliest drug epidemic in America.
international drug traffic, drug is home to all across America.
Right now, someone
We're playing too.
and half the world's deadliest man-made poison delivered right to the house. It's easier than ordering.
You know what? I just thought of something.
One pill.
And now fentanyl is being used as a weapon of choice.
What was I looking for?
Brutalized.
What's up, little stinky dinky?
There are believed to be multiple crews targeting and drugging victims before robbing them.
The most important thing is don't go out alone. These guys are predators.
Every time I hear about another child dying, it like stabs me in the heart.
There's no community, no individual that is immune from this fentanyl crisis. Even our most successful, most wealthy individuals.
Select a community.
CNN has now confirmed that the artist Prince is dead.
I'm in shock, I still can't
I don't.
When I first heard that Prince died, I got a phone call from my bosses at CNN. I genuinely thought they got it wrong.
Everyone was like, Prince is dead. We knew him for 1999, Purple Rain. He won 7 Grammy Awards. I mean, an icon was gone. I can't.
Cut. Link. Hold on, sorry.
It was utter disbelief.
That's
I had interviewed Prince. I had met him a couple of years earlier. He seemed like he was on the up and up, and there was no information. People were searching for answers.
What was interesting was less than a week before he died, Prince's plane landed as an emergency
Okay.
in Moline, Illinois.
We've got a medical for an unresponsive passenger.
He was
There we go.
unconscious.
I had to do a little Reddit post.
To a nearby hospital where he declined treatment and was subsequently
Okay, wait, did I put those on
then
yet?
he was back in the The following
Yeah,
day,
okay.
representatives downplayed the incident.
Oh, my nose is running.
They are kind of emergency landing. He was tweeting, he had a party. To the public, he seemed like he was fine. And then 5 days later, the unimaginable. Prince was found in an elevator, unresponsive, in the basement part. He was dead.
We
In
are
the weeks after
making
Prince's death, the
one
news
of
emerged
these.
that emergency landing was not because he had the flu.
Me hungry.
Because he had overdosed on an opioid and had to be revived with Narcan. And Narcan is an antidote used to reverse opioid overdoses.
We heard that he had some pain because he really taxed his body a lot in his performances.
Investigators began looking into whether or not Prince died from a drug overdose and if a doctor had actually been prescribing him this medication before his death.
His toxicology report came out within about 5 or 6 weeks.
The musician Prince died of an overdose, and that is now the official word. And the drug that killed him is called fentanyl. It's a pain medicine that is one of the strongest opioids on earth.
It was stunning to hear that it was fentanyl.
In the newsroom, we were all scratching our heads. What is fentanyl?
Before Prince's death from fentanyl, most people had never heard of it.
And then it became a fucking blast of.
But it wasn't
Ouch.
coming out of nowhere.
Fentanyl has had a legitimate pharmaceutical use.
Fentanyl is used in the medical setting.
Ooshka.
Sometimes there are painful procedures that patients need to go through. People who struggle with chronic pain
Cool
really
printed
hard to treat.
pieces.
And fentanyl can aid that in getting through that. But fentanyl
The
is
screen.
50 times stronger
I think
than
it's this
heroin,
way.
and it's 100 times stronger than morphine. I think that's what
I know I had it the right wait.
The
No,
origins of
here,
the
this
fentanyl
way.
epidemic
That
are
way.
in the first wave of opioid use that really started in the 1990s.
Alright, after we finish this pack, I'm gonna smoke another bowl, because then we made it to the halfway point.
And so that got the entire generation of American drug users hooked on these opioids. And when the federal government began to crack down in the 2000s, it created a vacuum in the marketplace.
So get that, and then
Mexican
get
drug
2 of
traffickers
these.
recognized an opportunity and moved in with heroin coming across the border, produced in Mexico
Yeah, put
primarily,
stickers on them.
with soon
like, I
cartel
don't see
started
the
adding
lines on
fentanyl to heroin in order to juice up its potency.
Fentanyl was relatively cheap, so it was expensive. You had to take a kilo of heroin and then add in a tiny bit of fentanyl and stretch it out for more cartel flavor.
Which way is it gonna go in this one?
The opioid crisis that we're in right now. First, quickly, it went from the increased percent of heroin to pure fentanyl. As you open across the southwest border.
Sticky.
Fentanyl was more addictive, easier to smuggle, cheaper to produce, and we saw this fentanyl epidemic really explode.
We are seeing more people killed because of opioid overdose than traffic accidents.
The Mexican cartel, in particular, Sinaloa, started buying fentanyl directly from China, testing it, and then selling it as if it was known opioid, like something that would be made by a scientist.
Yeah, got a nice crispy one.
Check this out. One of these pills is actually oxycodone. The other one is a counterfeit one laced with fentanyl. Which one do you think is the real pill? If you had taken this one, you might be on your way to no problem. And how similar these pills look. It was 2 years after Prince's death when the investigators released the findings of their program.
Investigators found counterfeit document
Right in my grandpa's. I'll be right back.
dude. Was laced with fentanyl. So the question is, where did he get this stuff?
During the investigation, attention had turned to Prince's doctor. In surveillance footage out before his death, Prince is seen walking into the doctor's office with his friend and bodyguard.
The doctor had made a prescription for Prince under his friend's name. It was his bodyguard's name, and that was done to protect Prince's privacy.
Then separate surveillance footage shows his bodyguard and Wally looking at the prescription.
But ultimately, that prescription was not found to be a factor in the case.
Prince's death put fentanyl on the map for many of us. But it wouldn't be long before another legend would be in the headlines.
We're not breathing at all? It is very slightly breathing. Yes, yes. Just monitor breathing. I'll put on the line with you until the center and get there, okay?
Oh, Friends.
Tom Petty was
No.
an iconic rock and roll star. He had so many hits like Free Fallin' and went back down.
He had just finished a tour marking 40 years with Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers.
But then a week after the tour ended, he died. Initial reports said that he died of cardiac arrest. But a month later, the medical examiner's report came out.
It is a multi-system organ failure due to resuscitated pulmonary arrest due to mixed drug toxicity. And fentanyl and various forms of fentanyl are listed after that.
I heard that word fentanyl again. I was shocked and it didn't make sense.
Fentanyl was in his system. Also, oxycodone, which is a powerful opioid.
Autopsies reveal what's in your
let's start
system
with
at the
this.
time of death. And that could be prescription drugs, that could be things that you find on the street. Two types of illicit fentanyl. Acetylfentanyl and dispropanol were found in his fentanyl. But he was also using a medically prescribed fentanyl patch.
Oh, this is a screen.
From a fraction kit.
Nice.
Fentanyl patches are very safely administered. People aren't dying from fentanyl patches. But if you're using other drugs on top of that, it's compounding the effects. It's super dangerous.
Tom's family wanted their loss to be a warning to others. And after the autopsy report came out, released a statement saying, as a family, we recognize this report will spark a further discussion on the opioid crisis. And we feel it is a healthy and necessary discussion, and we hope in some way this report can save lives.
When Tom Petty died, it's another wake-up call. Every time this happens, it's a wake-up call for everyone. And, you know, there's been more and more cases since this, and the buzz just keeps growing.
This epidemic in some ways has occurred so quietly because drug use is shameful in so many families, in so many communities. Whenever a celebrity dies, people begin to ask what the cause was. That has raised awareness of the incredible dangers that this drug poses.
Little did we know that the opioid crisis was just getting underway. By 2018, the CDC was tracking fentanyl's deadly move across the country as though it was a virus taking innocent lives. More than 30,000 people died that year, up a staggering 10%. As fentanyl moved into the suburbs of the Midwest, President Trump took action, trying to slow its spread.
This law directs the Department of Homeland Security to provide additional tools and resources to detect and intercept the supply of illicit fentanyl, which is our new.
Did you just say it wrong?
It's disgraceful what's happening.
With fentanyl flooding into our nation's drug supply, no user, no matter where they live or what they did, was safe, including the pop star Demi Lovato, who nearly died.
Singer Demi Lovato rushed to the hospital suffering an apparent drug overdose, according to a source close to the family, part of the drug crisis they're seeing across the United States.
Demi Lovato is one of those pop stars on Martin for over a decade, had a huge success on the Disney Channel, and then broke through. She made it to be a pop princess. And we learned what she was. She was actually part of her career.
And Demi Lovato was recognized because she really shares her truth. No way to go. Not even
Demi Lovato has been open about her battle with substance issues and has been in and out of rehab for several years. Despite her sobriety,
It's warm out there. I don't think you'll need a hoodie.
Demi Lovato was
No,
a part of
it's pretty toasty.
Hollywood, ran into a dealer that she knew.
I'm wearing mine right now and I'm kind of like sweating.
But what about inside?
It wasn't too bad the other night. I was fine.
Okay.
I had a hoodie on and that.
She tells me
Uh,
her overdose.
And I had a jersey and a hoodie on and I was still too hot.
And she's very specific about what kind of after effects took place.
You bring in the car, though, just be safe. Like, just throw it in there, and if we get out of the car, you're like, I'm gonna take some things. Like, alright.
Definitely do.
I suffered brain damage from
I'm about to shower myself, and then you're ready to go.
drive anymore.
Was Mike went to his parents' house real quick.
Yeah, so,
And then, what's it called?
I hit up Kelly, she hasn't been back yet. Hopefully you get back to me soon.
Naloxone is the name of the drug. It's basically a reversal agent. It's a rescue agent.
Oh, she
It's
did.
a drug that
Yeah,
we use.
we're good.
to roll
shit.
into
Cool.
the hospital, or you can even use out on the street if you had it available. To
We all fit in my car,
help
so
reverse
it's not a big deal.
The effects
Ah,
of
I guess
an
we're out.
overdose.
You wanna bring a blunt or something, you smoke on the way there, you can.
To an outpouring of some state stars.
She's still chilling?
Ariana Grande,
Okay.
Lady Gaga,
Probably have one packed in.
all
I
shared
don't know,
their
dude, like,
love and
I might take a rip. Like, I
And
don't
these
know if
headlines
I'm
spread the word that
still
no,
kind of
not
like
even A-list
getting
celebrities
shit
were
right now.
safe from fentanyl.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I'm still
Demi Lovato's recovery was
Set back a little bit. Yeah, because you get set back if you do something like that. I just,
just, yeah, we're still kind of fucked.
Yeah.
popular rapper, producer,
yeah,
and
dude,
songwriter overdose.
You know,
I remember
fucking
hearing
weird, dude.
Okay.
Or I might just
the
fucking
artist passed away.
pack one up.
I like it.
Was it two?
Fans and neighbors leaving flowers, candles, notes on rapper Mac Miller's doorstep.
Mac Miller was pretty open about his own struggle with addiction. He infused it into his lyrics and his music and never shied away of talking about how he had his demons.
The investigators were able to piece together some of what happened to Mac Miller, that he was seeking oxycodone, which are opioids, and ended up getting something that was laced with fentanyl, really counterfeit pills.
Investigators found text messages between Mac Miller and his drug dealer, Cameron Pettit. 2 days before Miller died, the fentanyl-laced pills were delivered to his house.
In today's day and age, your cell phone chronicles your life, including the purchase of drugs, the communications with the drug dealer, oftentimes cause that person's unfortunate demise.
If you're not getting it through a proper channel, if you're not getting it prescribed from a physician or a healthcare professional, you don't know what you're getting. It doesn't matter.
A Westwood man has
been sentenced to 17 and a half years in prison in the overdose death of rapper Mac Miller.
It took more than 4 years for law enforcement to investigate, then the federal courts to charge and sentence the dealers in the case. Stephen Andrew Walter and Ryan Michael Rivas pled guilty to supplying counterfeit pills containing fentanyl to the dealer, Cameron James Pettit, who delivered the pills to Miller.
It was one of the first times where people were getting significant jail sentences because they sold counterfeit pills that were laced with fentanyl.
It's important for the dealers to know that if they continue towards harm, that there's a chance they could face life in prison. So it is a deterrent, but it's also about justice to the family. Mac Miller's death raised awareness about how dangerous it is to buy any drugs on the black market, as it could be laced with fentanyl. And the DEA released this statement. Counterfeit pharmaceutical pills are especially dangerous because users are unable to verify what they are ingesting. The tragic death of Mac Miller is a high-profile example of the tragedy that is occurring on the streets of America every day. Famous deaths bring the dangers of fentanyl into the spotlight, but there are a lot of people on the ground working hard to bring national attention to this crisis.
My name is Matt Capilouto, ethanol does not
This one's the rich and
I
famous.
have 4 wonderful children, one in heaven. We raised our family in Temecula, California, and my daughter Alexandra was attending Arizona State University back in 2019. She got into college on a full academic scholarship. She played sports growing up, anything normal that normal kids do. But of my kids, she somehow suffered with depression. And most people would actually never know because she was very good at covering it up. On December 2019, Alex was home for Christmas break. And I remember Alex showing me some of the Christmas presents that she had bought for her siblings. And everybody went to bed as normal. And then I got up the next morning and went to work as normal. I was pulling in my driveway at the shop and I got a phone call from my name is Gunner Sky. Dad, get home, Alex is dead. As fast as I could.
Oh, Lord.
Okay. There's a sheriff's deputy standing in front of her door. The sheriff investigator that came to the scene sat my wife and I down on our couch. I'm sorry to hear Val died of drug overdose. He said it appears to be fentanyl. We didn't know really anything about fentanyl at the time. Lots of things were going through my head at the moment, and this was very all just a period of shock.
Good. It's coming together quite loosely.
Matt Capilouto and his wife were shocked to discover that their 20-year-old daughter died from a fatal dose of fentanyl.
Man, I still gotta put a sticker on this. Number 1.
Unbeknownst to us, our daughter reached out to a drug dealer on the social media platform Snapchat before going to bed, seeking Percocet. And this drug dealer ended up delivering to our daughter those counterfeit pills that were made with lethal doses of fentanyl. And my daughter took half of one of these pills before going to bed, and my wife found her dead in her bed the next morning. I wanted to find out who this drug dealer was, who sold my daughter dead. And I was determined to do that. We were eventually able saw that she actually coordinated with, well, I'm just gonna be right up front, I call them death dealers, okay? More commonly, brothers known as a drug dealer, and he delivered them straight to our house. But once he knew somebody was looking at these messages, he started deleting them right away. My daughter Sky, she's a young person, so she's more savvy with Snapchat, and it was her that took a screenshot, so he had his identity. We have cameras. We have two cameras, one in our driveway and one on our porch. Unfortunately, the one on our driveway was malfunctioning, it was flickering. So it was hard to clearly identify the drug dealer, but we actually were able to show that the drug dealer came to our house. I had footage of him pulling up in his car. Also, camera footage on our porch showing our daughter retrieving the drugs, going back in the house, and then never leaving the house again. We wrote to heads of law enforcement, our district attorney in Riverside County. I was told that even once this drug dealer was identified, it was unlikely he was going to face any serious charges.
That's crazy.
Unlikely that he would be held accountable for our daughter's death.
That's crazy.
Less than 2% of all drug deaths result in the conviction of a drug dealer. He proceeded to tell us the challenges we face because of our terrible laws in California.
Death by dealer statute seems to hold drug dealers criminally responsible anytime they sell a drug to another individual that causes that individual's death. The federal system has a death by dealer statute. But a little less than half of the states have death by dealer statutes.
In the state of California, you have to prove that the drug dealer knows what they're selling could result in someone's death. That is a very hard burden to actually prove. But under federal law, you just have to prove he knew what he was doing was illegal, and that illegal activity resulted in a death. There's a difference there. Fortunately, we got the case taken over by the feds for federal prosecution.
Key evidence that finally led to the arrest of the dealer who sold Alexandra a fake Percocet turned out to be on his own cell phone.
Once they put his cell phone at that location, along with his vehicle pulling up, it was hard for him to argue that that wasn't him. When he was arrested, there was a sense of good can prevail over evil. I went from
Alright, on to bag 4 before we move.
to now knowing somebody.
Time for a little 420 hitski.
Years after
Alright,
Alexandra's
halfway
death,
through.
Brandon McDowell was arrested. He was
Maybe
charged
the
with 1 count of
inside.
distributing fentanyl, resulting in death.
These open. I don't know. It's kind of hard to
Bring my daughter back,
open up from this angle.
but it will save someone else's
Try
child.
to do it.
When
Actually,
the federal government uses their statute and resources, we can get a significant result. Unfortunately, given the sheer size of fentanyl and the number of overdose cases and overdose deaths, the federal government can't come in on every case. So state prosecutors need similar tools to address this crisis.
Vince.
Prior to the fentanyl crisis, and today, the CDC shared a truly staggering statistic on drug overdoses. Overdoses involved fentanyl and other synthetic opioids topped 71,000.
This actually was taken as we were waiting for the car outside of the British Theater. That's what this was taken.
Is that you chopping the chicken?
Yeah.
I thought she was over there chopping carrots or something.
Still frozen.
Michelle Chambers is the sister of Michael K. Williams, star of the acclaimed television series The Wire, Boardwalk Empire, and Lovecraft Country. Michael died when he overdosed on fentanyl-laced heroin in September of 2020.
You don't want to die, be poisoned, or ingest that poison, and darn sure didn't do it willingly. I just miss his kindness.
show he was a fucking stone cold killer.
He was just a heart that this world didn't deserve.
Michael suffered a lifelong
The sweetest
battle.
ones usually are.
It's something he opened up about in the podcast Rough Road, hosted by Joaquin D, aka Rock.
My name is Joaquin Dean, CEO of Rough Rider, the Hip Hop Moguls. I brought you the hit records and the iconic brand Rough Riders.
Recorded just 5 days before his overdose. Talk about the young man.
I remember we balled up on the floor and I knew I had this gift. I was like, I made a deal with God. I said, God, you know, you give me a second chance at life and put this narcotic down. And you wanna know, when I got up on my feet, you wanna know who I first danced? Omar Capone.
You had that shotgun?
Yeah, man. That's what
You was a weird man.
Yeah, you get a tiny
Iconic
tree.
character Michael played on The Wire. Known for his gritty portrayal of crime and law enforcement in Baltimore, Omar is an openly gay, shotgun-toting stick-up man with a strict code of ethics who strikes fear into the hearts of drug dealers.
He played that role extremely well.
But off-screen, it would be drug dealers that Michael fell prey to.
Tribute to pouring in the 5-time Emmy nominated Kay Williams, who portrayed the iconic role of Omar Little in HBO's The Wire. He was found dead yesterday afternoon in his apartment in New York from a possible drug overdose.
Words cannot express
So a very ironic death, to say the least.
the emptiness.
It was like, wow, I just was with him and this happens. And leaving in that way. It was just crazy.
Being the casket was worse. And I just remember, giving us this, you're not supposed to be here. Get up. You're not supposed to be here. So you're not this joy. You know you're going. I know that you're happy now and you have to deal with the struggles of the world. This mean world. That you're not alone anymore. So that's how I had to leave.
The heart of the former Vandermeer Estates apartment complex, now known as Flatbush Gardens, a vigil Tuesday night for one of its native sons.
Why didn't it just be... do that shit.
I was angry, I was behind everywhere I could. And I always tell people it's not even one of us who wanted to live.
My name is Jimmy Esser. I'm the former chief of detectives for the New York City Police Department. At the time when Michael Williams died in September 2021, Brooklyn North Narcotics, who did that case, directly report from me. We have 3,000 overdoses every year. We have overdose teams and narcotics fellows. They investigate everyone, but naturally, Michael Williams being a celebrity, there's going to be more pressure to make an arrest. But you're going to get questions from the press. You're going to get questions from migrants. What's going on in this case? So you stand more on top of that celebrity overdose thing. Family members found Michael Williams dead. They called police. We see drug paraphernalia on the scene. We do our investigation. It's an overdose. But in that particular case, there was glassine envelopes found right there, heroin, and had a distinctive stamp on it. It was AAA insured. When drug dealers market their product, particularly heroin, they usually put a stamp on it. usually giving it some fancy name to show to the users that it's gonna be high octane, very potent. But that AAA insurance stamp, we need to back that particular drug dealer and heroin on the side streets of Williamsburg. Brooklyn North Narcotics, we have already begun the investigation. We have proof prior to Mr. Williams' death. We knew the source of that narcotics. We had a leg up on this investigation.
In investigating Michael K. Williams' death from fentanyl-laced heroin, police had an advantage. They had already infiltrated the dealer's crew.
Before Michael Williams died, we were studying what we consider confidential informants and undercovers of our drugs. And we did not see Michael Williams on that street when we were doing such activities. But we knew that the heroin laced with fentanyl was at that location. So we tracked Michael Williams through license plate readers and his cell phone the day prior. He gets into his car, we follow him going over to Williamsburg Bridge into Manhattan. Short time later, he comes out and he returns into Williamsburg, parks approximately a block away from where our crew is doing heroin. We were able to get video at that location. Michael Williams approaches who we know is Irving Cartianga. Mr. Cartianga taps him on the shoulder. He knows him. They have a short conversation, and then there's a hand-to-hand drug exchange. We tracked Michael Williams back to his apartment, and then he was found dead of an overdose the next day.
Get there.
That truth did not change. They continue to sell drugs either way.
Thankfully, there were no other deaths in relation to this batch of heroin that was sold. There was 4 people in this crew, a 71-year-old, 56-year-old, 57-year-old, and a 39-year-old. So we were able to get a search warrant on one of the dependents' apartments in the cruise. We had 500 glass envelopes of heroin. During my tenure as chief of detectives, we had stopped testing for fentanyl and heroin because figures were 98% of heroin that was brought into the lab. So nowadays, if you have heroin, it's probably laced with fentanyl. And that is usually done up at a higher level than what these 4 defendants did.
There's multiple levels to drug distribution, right? At some point, there's gonna be cartel level, where the cartel has an associate here in the United States, and that associate has distribution points throughout the United States. And in the case with Michael K. Williams, that's where it went into Williamsburg, right? We knew at that lower level of distribution that that's a network in that community, that grew up in the community, that controlled distribution professionals there locally.
The other members were arrested when they were at their residence. One of the defendants was Puerto Rico, was Irving Cartianga. He was the person who did the hands to hand.
This is a little couch.
He's the main subject in the case, so to speak. We had a fugitive enforcement team in the New York City Police Department. They were able to go to Puerto Rico and pick him up and return him.
They caught them. There's nothing that they could have done or will do other
Keep
than,
walking.
but I am glad that they caught them.
Cartagena and his associates were in police custody. But the mystery lingers. How would they be charged? And would they ultimately end up behind bars? More on that later.
There's so much fentanyl coming into this country, and the drug dealers are lacing heroin and the other drugs with it, and it's a huge, huge problem we face.
There's a portion of the population that could be interested in taking some other drug, but meanwhile it's laced with fentanyl.
The story of the young comedian Kate Quigley is pretty disturbing. It's really a warning that you don't know what kind of drugs you're using.
Kate Quigley hosted Playboy TV's Undercover and also was pretty big on the stand-up scene. Kate's life took a dark turn one night after hosting a comedy show in LA.
Kate Quigley went to a party in Venice, California in September 2021, and she and several of her friends had thought they were using cocaine.
What they didn't know is that it was laced with fentanyl. Kate passed out, fell over, and was unconscious for 17 hours.
What's up, big mango sweet?
You look up the story, he said unable to move her legs and made a grizzly discovery. Kate Braley went on a
Leafy feety pie.
I went to stand, and that's when I really realized, yeah. And I started scared. I started saying, here we go. I finally fell asleep. It never crossed my mind he was dead because he didn't look dead. It was horrific. Yeah.
3 of your friends
Died. Yeah.
Fuquan Johnson, Lee Williamson, and Rico Colangeli all died after fentanyl-laced cocaine. Kate suffered total kidney failure and eventually recovered. Police determined that there was no foul play and the dealer was never caught.
One of the many tragedies of the fentanyl epidemic in the United States is this repeat of mass overdose events in which a group of friends are they think they're cocaine or some other drug, and they don't know that what they're buying is laced with fentanyl. Because they don't have any opioid tolerance, they drop dead. And so that's why we've seen horrible crime scenes with 3, 4, 5 adults on the floor at a party where they literally just, died in a matter of minutes.
A powerful painkiller.
Oh no, it is upside down.
Americans ages 18 to 45
Flip it.
kill people who don't even know that they are taking it.
With the fentanyl death toll reaching a new grim milestone, you would think the situation couldn't get any worse,
Screen. Oh, I see
but
what
it would. Summertime in New York City, and police reveal a terrifying new twist in the fentanyl crisis. The drug is being used as a weapon by robbery crews, and the famous fashion designer to the stars was one of their victims.
Katie Gallagher was found dead in her bed on Sunday, July 24th.
My name is Debbie Gallagher. My daughter Katie Gallagher was murdered by fentanyl. It hurts. It hurts really bad. Every day. Every day I think, oh, today's gonna be a good day. I'm not gonna cry, but I think I've cried every day.
There's still so many
Katie Gallagher was a
stickers.
fashion designer who dressed young A-listers like Laverne Cox, Lady Gaga, and Rita Ora. Her tinted designs were featured in glossy magazines from Vogue to Women's Wear Daily.
The last time I spoke to Katie, well, actually it was a text, July 22nd. We texted all the time. This was a Friday. And then Sunday morning I tried to call her, no answer. I just had this deep feeling that something was wrong.
Sunday morning, Deb's trying to get a hold of her, and to no avail. She's not answering her phone, and it's going to her answer machine, and she leaves a message, and nothing.
I called all of her sisters, have you heard from Katie? No, no, you're just overthinking it, Mom. So I called NYPD and I said, you want to do a wellness check with your daughter? How old's your daughter? And I said, 35. Oh, geez, you're worried about a 35? I said, listen, we usually text or talk all the time, and I'm just a little concerned because I haven't heard from her in 2 days. He said they'll do the wellness check. Finally, I called them again, and I said, what's going on? They said, oh, this case is still under investigation. Right then I knew that this was not good.
I was starting to think, well, there is something fishy going on here. At 10 to 12 that night, we get a phone call, and it was a phone call from the police department. And at that point, I just knew that this is not going to turn out well.
Nobody wants to get that call. I knew there was something wrong all day.
Katie's mother called and did a wellness check on her, and she was found deceased.
It was real tough. And our worst nightmare had come true.
You're crazy.
The first officer said that looks like
You get some games and trophies and what's in there now? 1, 2. I'll just go ahead and stick his ass up on the couch. Let me put my couch. Second to last bell. Ridiculous. Oh, poor loser.
Carried out 26 robberies from March to December of 2022. 4 of the robberies resulted in deaths within a 15-day period. One of those deaths was Katie Galvin.
These foods would use drugs to incapacitate their victims. They were using fentanyl, laced with cocaine. and
Yep, basically.
They were knocked out. Use facial technology from their cell phone.
They're QQs. QQ.
And then withdraw large amounts of bank accounts. They were taking watches, cell phones, and jewelry from these victims.
It is random. They're looking for someone who's there having a good time, and they don't want a crowd. These guys are predators. They don't have a plan at the night. They didn't say, well, we're gonna go get Katie. So just whoever presents themselves will take away.
Tragically, Katie was one of the victims. A photograph of her tattooed hand was all the Gallaghers were allowed to see to identify their daughter.
We keep calling the medical examiner. She said, listen to me. Your daughter is unidentifiable.
To see my daughter in her bed for 40 hours in 100 degrees, sweltering hot New York City summer. I could go mad. What I was seeing.
We never got to see her. They said you wouldn't want to remember her.
Katie's autopsy confirmed it all. She'd been killed by fentanyl poisoning and was the victim of a homicide. Now the hunt was on to bring the perpetrator to justice.
You're so stupid. He called the Golden State Warriors foam fingers. He's like, are those Laker foam fingers in the that? My boy throw fives. Likes to try and trigger. Nice.
Deaths did not stop him.
Prosecutors say Katie had been drugged outside her building by Kenwood Allen. Her lead in the bar.
Katie lived in Lower Manhattan. That night she attended a bar. Witnesses and a video of a male being
Let's see, we need a big old long.
conversation and a package was exchanged. And the next picture, a video of Katie, a very short ways from her house, which wasn't too far from the bar. A male white individual approaches her, and they walk up into her.
At least you got Steph Curry, right?
No. We could surmise, but we do not know, that
More speakers.
A friend who lives in the building saw there was something going on outside. Kind of pulled her away, I think, from the situation and dumped her upstairs. And I think that's why this guy didn't complete the robbery.
In Katie's bloodstream was fentanyl, bifluorofentanyl, and ethanol.
Nice.
is alcohol. Katie was probably given what she thought was cocaine, but was in fact deadly fentanyl. But there's no context to her body.
This fat
Ugh.
whole thing. I could see Kay call me and say, Mom, this is serious. We've gotta do something. Look what they did to me. That could be her message.
Like, I'm sorry though, like,
The fentanyl crisis hit close to home.
there's gotta be some sort of like,
2022, when I lost my friend and fellow rapper Coolio. He died
I don't
of an
know, like,
accidental
they're the one
overdose.
ingesting the shit, they're the
Fentanyl
one
was part
asking
of the
for it
lethal
as well.
mix.
Like, you gotta have some sort of like thought process of like,
Well,
you
yeah.
know,
Well, they're
He was just
asking for one thing and getting another.
yeah, as I understand that, but like,
West Coast hip hop scene back
Shoot, they can lace our weed with it. Then
I'm sure they can. But that's why like we go to the dispensary because that's where that shit is tested.
The 1995 hit Gangsta's Paradise. Coolio starred alongside Michelle Pfeiffer. in
Like,
the
not trying to be like, you know, like, yeah, just like blame the drug dealers, but like, there's gotta be a little bit of fucking, you know, accountability on
Oh, of course,
their
but
part
still.
too.
The last time I spoke to Coolio was in the summer of 2022. We were filming a TV show for A&E called Hip Hop Treasures. I caught up with him while he was on tour in Europe, and he seemed in great spirits. What's happening, baby? Good to see you, man. I was surprised to hear Coolio's memories of being out on the road with me early on in our careers.
What the hell? No.
Despite his success, Coolio struggled with addiction for a big part of his life. On September 28th in 2022, Coolio was with a good friend in South Central Los Angeles. He went to the bathroom and never came out. He was gone, passed out, unconscious. The police reportedly found drug paraphernalia in the house. And when the EMTs arrived, he was dead. At first, headlines speculated he died from an asthma attack. But then, a few months later, when the medical examiner's report came out, we learned he died of an accidental overdose of a mix of heroin, methamphetamine, and fentanyl. Coolio's asthma and heart condition contributed as well.
Mixing drugs is not a good idea because you're affecting multiple receptors at once. The sedation that results is profound. Some people survive
Owie.
an overdose, a lot of people don't.
My thoughts and prayers go out to Coolio and his family.
No likey.
He leaves behind
What
6
is it?
children and countless more who love him.
Sweet, tangy.
Barbecue, Korean inspired.
Put it in the fridge and let Roll have it.
100,000 Americans lost their lives to a drug overdose, a grim new record. And all those deaths, more than 75% were linked to synthetic opioids, mainly illegally manufactured.
Yeah, I tried that. I was like, yuckers.
I was tossing it. Somebody's I don't think any of us are gonna use it.
That December, Nick Miroff and a team of reporters from the Washington Post published a series of Pulitzer Prize-nominated articles exposing the government's failure to stem the fentanyl epidemic.
In our series, what we really wanted to go after was the missteps that allowed
There you go.
this
Are
epidemic.
you expecting me to make your lunches and dinners soon?
No.
Because I just
Everything
don't.
from
No,
elimination
I
of
have.
drug
I'll just make
monitoring
sandwiches.
programs that might have tipped off federal authorities earlier on to the switch from prescription opioids and heroin toward fentanyl. And this epidemic really took off at a low point in U.S.-Mexico law enforcement cooperation. There was a focus on the construction of a U.S. border wall during the Trump administration as a solution to national security and to stopping drug trafficking when in fact it was coming in right through the official border crossings. We talked to law enforcement officials and agents, and they think we're going to get a 5 to 10% of the
We get my moochie coochie.
So the challenge for law enforcement is
Give me my moochie coochie.
Fentanyl is so
Chill with my
potent and
mooch.
so concentrated that the entire supply for the US market would fit inside the back.
It's not giving me my mooch.
And it's
Don't
also
give me my
so
mooch.
compact and so cheap
Hey.
that the cartels know that they
Thank
could send 10 shipments of fentanyl and if
Yes, he's very verbal.
seized, they just
Verbal
write that
skirble.
off as a simple loss.
Oh, now he's grumpy because his brother just came out.
After our series appeared in late 2022, we saw an immediate response from
Yes,
the
that is. I mean, basically, golden retriever of
Drug
cats.
Enforcement Administration, and even President Biden put fentanyl
Are you
top
golden
of
retriever
law enforcement
mooch?
priorities.
Let's launch a major surge to stop fentanyl production and the sale and trafficking.
We saw the Department of Homeland Security announce an operation called Blue Lotus. It was the first in a series of what are essentially surge operations to increase vehicle inspections, to roll out more scanning technology at the border.
Operation Blue Lotus is
Wait, did I
already
put that on the right
responsible
side?
for covering over 900
Oh,
pounds
shit.
of the lethal drug, and that is only after its first week.
The U.S. Treasury Department has also been involved in this effort by targeting the financial networks that are backing the supply of precursor chemicals into Mexico from China specifically.
We have charged suppliers in China who sell fentanyl precursors to the cartel.
These measures are obviously significant, but the availability of illegal fentanyl on U.S. streets and the cheap prices
I'm gonna skip the whole stuff.
measure whether or not these kinds of new initiatives are quote-unquote working.
I did skip the whole stuff. Oh, Jesus.
The fentanyl crisis continued across America, claiming yet another of Hollywood's brightest stars. Finding purpose in pain is what Connor Angus Cloud's friend did after he overdosed from a deadly mix of drugs, including fentanyl.
The tributes are pouring in for actor Angus Cloud, who died at family home.
It is under the steps.
California.
When someone passes away in the pain culture, you put their name everywhere because they can. This is one of the ways we can get closest to them.
Connor Angus is known for his starring role opposite Zendaya in the hit HBO series Euphoria. He played Desiree, the kind-hearted drug dealer.
Yep, just like that.
The show sparked controversy for its unflinching look at teen drug use, something Connor Angus spoke about publicly.
I don't think it glorifies nothing for real. Doesn't say nothing to play around with, that's all. It's a game, it's serious business.
Behind the scenes, Connor Angus was battling serious drug addiction.
HBO's Youthful Stars entered a 30-day intensive rehab program.
Euphoria 2 staged multiple interventions. Connor Angus did attend rehab, but he repeatedly relapsed. As time went on and production ended, life circumstances would lead him down a dark path.
Those last few weeks, he probably OD'd at least 3 or 4 times. He was gonna keep abusing opioids until he died.
Possibly overdosed and chemical.
Angus died of an involuntary overdose when a cocktail of drugs, including fentanyl, was found in his body.
Connor Angus knew about the dangers of fentanyl. It's something he spoke about on the M-Word podcast.
I was used to that same
But while he was aware of fentanyl's risk, he was also in the throes of addiction, making him vulnerable.
What town?
Lisa, here's mother, send me a 3-word text, and I'm not gonna quote it, because it's
saddest text I ever got in my life.
He is dead.
I think I was the first person there after the first 9/11 responders had arrived. The paramedics arrived and went, no, this isn't for us, this is for the coroner's wagon. The coroners came in. One of the boys helped him zip him into the bag and carry him out of his bedroom and down to the wagon. I parked myself on the front porch and basically sat there for 3 days.
Alameda County Coroner confirmed that fentanyl, benzodiazepines, cocaine, and methamphetamine were all found in his system. The cause of Connor Angus's death was acute intoxication from an accidental overdose.
I didn't have any sense at all that he intended to leave this world.
I was absolutely shocked, absolutely devastated.
Apparently there's another guy, so let's see what's in this last bag.
Because our relationship wasn't really that good. I wish I would have known more of what he might have had going on. Because he might have
The last bag. Oh, right there. And there's probably some we can put there, and then we will be done. It was very small bag.
Thousands of others. Connor Angus
Let's see.
And more recently, an ankle
And he had a job to do as an actor between the headache and ankle pain. A fair amount of motive to take painkillers. So, opioids.
Connor Angus battled physical pain. He was dealt with emotional pain when his father passed away from cancer, leaving him overwhelmed with grief.
Connor's father was very good. He loved each other helplessly. After his father died, by that time he had come to be pretty routine, kind of a mess.
His family did all they could to help Connor Angus. He became inconsolable in his grief, and his drug use escalated.
His mom, Lisa, was unable to sleep because she had to go keep checking on him to see if he was alive. He would get angry at her for checking on him. And as I said to Lisa, if it hadn't been the first of the month, it would have been the 6th of the month or the 10th of the month, because that's just the way he was headed.
So I'm trying to get rid of my life. Not really good. Also not stuff like this. Like this pain to really good. I know I can get there like this, but this is what I did.
The hole in our lives is just so painful. He was in my heart. And, you know, now he's gone.
Connor Angus clearly touched many people's hearts, and the tribute poured in. From his famous co-stars,
You would see this big spark, you know, you could see it so far away, even if it was a short flash, you would light up the room.
to his devoted fans.
The Oakland School for the Arts hosted its first annual Artist Impact Award celebrating local creators and awarded Village Amos Cloud.
To honor Connor Angus and his passion for the art, the school celebrated his legacy and is now raising money to build a park in his name.
When Connor passed, it just kind of hit me like a ton of bricks that we have more of an opportunity here. Youth activities are all now seen as great outlets and supportive of youth mental health. And whether that be mural, street art, skateboarding, music, that's what this Park project is. And put Connor's name with it and kind of really shine a light on what it means to support the mental health needs of our young people. I reached out to his mom and she was behind it.
Connor loved his town. He loved the hills, he loved the ocean, he loved the lake, he loved the corner stores. He skated and tagged with everyone up here in every corner of this town.
After Michael K. Williams' overdose death from fentanyl-laced heroin, police identified the dealers using surveillance footage of the transaction. Now they were in police custody, awaiting their fate.
I followed it as much as mentally, emotionally as I could. Just couldn't even come around to talking about it. I just couldn't, and I still, can't believe he's not here.
There are 4 individuals that were charged with conspiracy to distribute fentanyl analogs, which carried a 5 to 4
Are you gonna
sentence.
have food
And
before you go?
one individual actually handed the drugs to Mr. Williams.
Just cause
Mr.
I'm cooking, baby.
Cartagena
Oh, I know.
was charged
Like, give me a
with the
second.
federal death by dealer statute, which carries a 20-year minimum sentence.
Naturally, Michael Williams was a very famous actor, and when famous people are involved in stuff, people look at stuff. So in this case, it was a federal prosecution.
Federal prosecutors, they only take cases which they deem to have a significant federal interest, and that tends to be cases considered significant by a large percentage of the population. Mr. Cartagena, the defendant, pled guilty to a lesser sentence from the death by dealer statute. He pled guilty to a straight narcotics conspiracy, which doesn't have any mandatory minimum, which would allow the defense to argue for a time served sentence.
It was sentencing day and the death of actor Michael K. Williams, who was best known for his role in the HBO series The Wire.
At the sentencing hearing, Mr. Cartagena appeared remorseful. The defense made arguments with regard to his background, with regard to his own addiction. The prosecution countered with the fact that he was continuing to sell this deadly substance, which is fentanyl, even though he knew it caused the death of Mr. Williams.
The defendant Cartagena received 10 years in jail, which is a pretty stiff sentence, although it did cause the death of a person.
The rationale from the judge was specific and general deterrence, namely, let's deter this defendant from ever selling these drugs again. Moreover, let's have general deterrence. Let's show people that if you sell these deadly substances and cause the death of another individual, you'll have a substantial jail sentence, which in this case was 10 years.
At the sentencing, Michael's nephew Dominic directly addressed Mr. Cartagena.
Looked at Cartagena straight in the face, and he told him, he goes, listen, I want you to know how you affected me, my family, and think about your legacy. Think about what you leave. Look at your family, your grandmother, and you can see like Cartagena reacted.
We have to take a look at what's happening and understand that the community is suffering and people are losing their lives to fentanyl.
The other man was 71 years old. Michael K. Williams' family asked for leniency because they knew that this man struggled with his own addiction, and they felt empathy for this dealer.
The creator of The Wire, they decided to wrote a letter to the judge because he felt Michael would understand what this man was going through, and that no good would come of having this man incarcerated, and the man actually got 30 months.
I am glad that they're serving their time, that they're paying their costs for their actions. But we can't arrest and incarcerate ourselves like this. We gotta get to the root of the problem. This is a crisis, and we must start treating it as such.
And Michelle is leading by example. Having already served as a Compton City Council member, one of her biggest priorities is to raise awareness and educate her community about the dangers of fentanyl.
Fentanyl just popped up out of here out of nowhere. The abuse crisis found for one of the leading causes of death amongst our young folks that are unhoused. We need access to mental health and substance abuse services and resources, and not just access for 2 hours. We need comprehensive access. Let's make this an issue and get our resources behind it. We can't spare it.
I'm gonna go get my vaccine.
And Michelle is a lone bed initiative.
So this one's on two strengths. For pills, it's really important that kids this 2 lines are negative, 1 line is positive.
So states across the U.S. are battling deadly drug overdoses, and in New York City, the problem is reaching historic levels. Now the city's health commissioner is urging all New Yorkers to carry Narcan and to know how to use it if necessary.
days before his death, Wadeen is galvanized to combat the fentanyl epidemic locally. In his hometown of Yonkers, just north of New York City, he's addressing the crisis through his community organization, Rough Riders to the Rescue.
Alright, so today we gonna go and, make our rounds, do our Narcan, we gonna give them some kits, so that just in case if
Chapo, you're fine, dude.
OD,
Hey,
or if they OD,
Chapo,
give them what
come here.
they need. So let's go and get this thing done. Alright. Rough Riders to the Rescue is a family. We're not coming into the community to do a service. We live in a community that helps on a daily basis. I lost a lot of good people off of this fentanyl thing. Give them this kit, this Narcan kit, 2 Narcan packs. So let's go and just go to work. My man told me to come check you, man. Said that you over here. We know this fentanyl is real heavy out here in the streets. We got this Narcan. If you know anybody that's OD or anything, please get it to them. We all from you.
Bring it out, Jeremy, yeah.
Thanks, bro. Be safe. Addicts, they're always looking.
Might buy a hat one there. You haven't had a hat forever, sure.
Yeah, that's what I was telling you.
I lost mine. Last one I had.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. I don't know where the fuck I put it. I was like fucking pissed. Yeah, don't start yet. I was fucking pissed at myself. I was like, fuck.
Tell us a little story about the fentanyl situation. How did this go?
Well, 2021, kind of passed out of crack cocaine
Yeah.
and fentanyl. With a closed door, as people did when they came. No, I did not.
We'll be using it in just a second. But you're using it right now. No, you're fine using it now. I'm gonna use it in a second.
Yeah. And I have one in the car too, so. Mike just pulled up as well.
No.
So whenever we're ready, my car's ready to go. We got it. Is it 12:30 or
It's 1. That's not bad. I thought it was.
I'm trying to get there early because I'm hungry. I need to get food.
It's not bad, yeah, actually.
And leave at 12:15 and.
It's truly inspiring to see Wad taking action in his city.
Be there in like 10 minutes at the barbershop.
Out in the
And
suburbs, others are also taking a stand against
The
that.
Springs might be packed there because they're sold out for the rest of the season supposedly because of the Olympics. Yeah, so everyone's
there's no part where we're gonna park. It's only private. It's not.
No, I know. But I'm saying, like, just the traffic around that area is going to probably be fun to deal with.
Oh, going to the stadium, yeah. We're going to go the opposite way. Yeah, we're not going to go, yeah.
And then also the Barracuda's playing today, too.
That's on 10th Street, bro.
Yeah.
Far from Martin Luther King Street.
I grew up in the 80s and, smoking pot was kind of a rite of passage.
Shark's Ice.
But Tyler's drug use escalated during his teens.
But they're actually, like, right after the Sharks.
Oh, are they?
So if people wanted, they could technically go to both.
It's really
Go
hard
to
to deal
both.
with a child with addiction. If they really
You go
want
potty, dude?
I got you.
to give up on your child, they have to want to
I gotta go potty? It's your eye. It's a little better, actually.
Yeah, it is.
With
It's
the
not
drops.
as-
With the drops, okay.
While living in a sober house.
So many little pieces packed in.
First started smoking in 7 days.
You're
Proud of myself.
fucking ripped right now, bro.
No, I told myself, dude, like, make it to 7 days.
That's sick. We all have the same jerseys. That's so just different. I have black. You got black. I got black. I think he has his Hurdle one. Not Hurdle.
Pavelski.
But no, Healy. Not
Oh,
Healy.
Dan Healy.
No, yeah.
Danny Heatley?
No, what was his favorite player? Was it Healy? It was.
All right.
Jeremy Roenick.
Here we go.
No. That young kid
Here's
that took off to
the
Chicago.
final
They did
product.
not sign him.
Sorry about the sports talk in the background. Oopsie
I'll see
doodle.
his jersey.
And then
Sorensen.
here's the back side.
Samsonite. No, I'm kidding.
Samsonite. I was way off.
There we go. Here's the inside.
Jimmy ripped right now, bro. That's sick.
He's got his little living in the arcade or in the
It might have been
game.
Sorensen. I mean, it sounds.
And
Fuck, I don't know.
let's go ahead and close.
Oh, no boy.
And voila. And I guess you can put the Clinton. It's good
Julie has also gotten legislation
Ta-da.
passed in California in her son's
Yeah.
name to help prevent.
It's time to smoke our good Bible.
In the standard 5-panel drug test, they have
Yeah, you
to add a
sickies.
separate
That simple test might have saved her son's life. The night before Tyler died of a fentanyl overdose, he was in testing with a powerful opioid in his system. Judy would have sent him to a treatment center to restrict his access to drugs.
It'd be amazing if I got Tyler passed nationally.
Fentanyl is a bipartisan issue that affects everyone. If we knew this drug was fentanyl,
I know it would save lives, and his death wouldn't be in vain.
People are gonna probably see my jersey and be like, "What the fuck?" And we'll be like, "Yeah, that's right." Now let's stay out there.
Yeah, we're walking in like old school jerseys, and it's all funny.
Yeah, dude.
I Podolsky, before he was even the captain.
Oh, no.
Like,
Breaky stuff.
If your child happens to be
There you go.
keywords or any keywords or
Rocky.
hey!
What the hell?
Hey. Yo, Chapo, you almost killed him, dude.
Dude.
there to be third-party monitoring.
Rakia, you okay? Come here.
He's fine.
There are very little regulations.
No, his leg. Fuck.
1996.
Chabo.
Come on, bud.
Really gives
You're also making that happen too, dude. That's on you.
you have
You okay?
access to criminal groups.
You relax, dude.
The
You better than that, not that you should.
No, you don't need to be doing that shit, dude. Come on.
Instagram account, Snapchat account.
Bro,
And so that's
Lay down, relax, dude.
can't fucking afford to take you to the fucking vet right now.
Yeah, you too. We just spent $900 on you this week alone.
or to engage with them in some other criminal.
Sit.
Lay down, bud. Relax.
No, don't get all with me.
What they say step 2 would be with him if the pills weren't helping. Baby. With Rakia.
Need to bring him back to get
That
x-rays.
also spearheaded legislation that
Same if his eyes getting better, but if it wasn't,
to significantly
he's got to see a specialist on Monday.
drug dealers that sell lethal fentanyl.
Luckily, I'm in a job where I don't want to pay for it, but it helps me afford it. So
Continued action that they could be charged.
I'm not saying I'm not saying I'm rich or nothing, but
Yeah, no, I got you.
yeah, if I can,
Becoming a death dealer. At the very
my career
least,
is helping me a little bit
make
with
sure
this
they're
guy.
not selling something that can result
I'd rather
in
be spending
serious
money on other things like myself, but
Well, you are.
I am.
I was like, because he is. You
Part of
chose
me.
to.
Yeah. I used
This
to
is
brag
what
at you
she's-
$47, dog. Now we're at like at least 7 G's.
He's more than that.
not enough.
Yeah.
How much was the teeth thing? Wasn't that?
It was 18. 18 to 18, 1100. So that's 3. And then we spent
I was like, you definitely have spent more than 7
I want to say
over
like
the years.
8 or 9.
You're probably at 10 because you've had some.
The first year we didn't have too many problems. The first, second year it was not like maybe it was a run or
Well,
two.
there's that. You went to the vet that like fucked up his paw more.
Yeah. So that was 7 and then like $500 only.
Well, yeah. Well, that's over a 1K right
Yeah.
there too.
But after that we didn't go back for a while.
How much are his regular visits? Like
Like
$100.
$100 if that.
His yearly visits,
Yeah.
and then when he
They're
has
about-
to get his rabies, how much
Rabies
is
and
his
everything,
rabies?
that's about $280.
That's every like 3 or
That's
5.
every 2 years.
Oh, for him?
Yeah, he has to get every shot every 2 years.
Yeah, this is a bigger dog.
I do rabies, heartworm. We do the canine one. I do the Portello one, the cough one for him, and a different one because PetSmart wants it. If I have to take, like, say you guys are busy and I go, I'm leaving for a month, I'm gonna be back. Like something happened, my grandma or something. I'll drop them off at the fucking thing and be like, hey, I'll be back in like 2 weeks, 3 weeks. That way you guys aren't, you know what I mean? Because you guys got a lot going on. Or next year when we're not living, if that happens, you know what I mean? I'll be able to do that.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Economically curtail.
Chapinski.
So I do that every two. Is it overkill? Yeah, because I haven't taken him to the PetSmart one in how many fucking years now? Like at least 2 or 3.
Yes, we're talking about you, Chapooty.
So,
No, I got
but I'd rather be safe than sorry.
So I'm saying raise awareness.
I'm walking the red carpet of the grave. Right, first time at the grave, on the floor. My feet hadn't touched the ground. Every person, whether it was a security guard that worked for the crypto arena, or a photographer that pulled me to the side, or an A-list celebrity.
I'll catch you guys
I see
later.
And then